So probably because of the interaction, probably because facilitating interaction in a non-internet age was difficult but is easy now. Okay? So let's look at some of the examples of use of communities of non-internet age. Okay? In about 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, in the Japanese industry, quality circles came up a lot. Now, quality circles, what was the idea behind quality circles? That rather than have a group of engineers or a group of these so-called experienced professionals take care of the quality discipline, let's outsource quality to every single employee of the organization. Okay? So, but it just doesn't work like that, but also organize these around quality circles where these group of 10 people and multiple groups like these meet at a regular interval. They come up with the suggestions to improve the product quality and so on. So that was an example of organizing your employees in a community and crowdsourcing the discipline of quality throughout the organization. Okay? Dell again. Now Dell is renowned for being able to assemble and ship a PC or a laptop anywhere in the world where they serve within 24 to 48 hours of the order. How are they able to do it? They're able to do it because they have been able to crowdsource a lot of dealers, a lot of computer shop maintainers and computer shop owners who are now partners with Dell, and the whole supply chain, right from the people who do the courier service, to the people who maintain, to the people who will deliver, to the people who will install, the entire supply chain has been outsourced, okay, or crowdsourced in every single part of the world. Okay? Car makers like Toyota. Toyota is renowned for outsourcing its supply chain business based on a trust, and that is the single biggest competitive advantage it has over other car makers. Okay? So, and organizing these people in communities where they train these people and they give them knowledge, they give them goodies, they give them information about what is it that is required for them to sell a Toyota car or service a Toyota car. So organizing them around those communities. So all non-internet age, all examples which have been coming on from 1960s and 1970s. Okay? When the internet age came, eBay and Amazon were amongst the first world leaders. Okay? 1995, 1994, they started. And both of them were again crowdsourced. Okay? But not probably around a community. Now Amazon and eBay are both trying to have communities around their crowdsourced business, but they started primarily as a crowdsourced thing. Okay? So basically, when you are crowdsourcing and you're outsourcing through a community, you're basically recognizing the need for quantity of content. If your business is dependent on quantity of content, you need to go the crowdsourcing way. You cannot really get quantity of content by having select people whom you are paying. Okay? An example being about.com. Now about.com has fewer pages indexed in Google, fewer pages being referenced by other journals, fewer pages being referenced by studies than Wikipedia. Okay? Similarly, Amazon, they would never be able to produce the number of goods if they were relying only on select makers. So crowdsourcing. Okay? And then getting all these people whom you are outsourcing or whom you're crowdsourcing from in a community so that you can understand what are their needs, what are their requirements, and what is it that you can do to help facilitate this process further. Okay? However, the quantity of content or the quantity of production itself comes with one single big issue, which is how do you filter this content and how do you ensure that only quality content goes around. Okay? Now in education industry, some of these problems would be, is this content right for me? Okay? So this is the learning material centered problem. How do I know whether this content is right for me? Whether this test is something which I should pay for? Whether this class by this teacher is something which I pay for? Okay? Where am I going to rank amongst other test takers could be another. Now teacher side is that how do I reach out to students without hiring a marketing team when there are thousands of other teachers who are also competing for the same student in the marketplace? So these are some of the intrinsic problems which crowdsourcing brings, and we are experiencing at VisIQ as well. Okay. So some of the solutions are that you have to look at quality as well as the quantity. Okay. So you have to be very sure about how you're going to list content. For instance, at viziq.com, we do not list anything publicly till a panel of group, till a panel which is appointed specifically by viziq has approved that particular content. Okay? That includes a class, that includes a test, that includes a content, that includes a learning request. Anything is, unless and until it has been approved by a panel which has been specifically hired, or that is, it doesn't get listed on viziq. So that is our way of ensuring that only quality content gets listed. There would still be certain slippages, but the slippages are very low. Okay? So for instance, you don't have issues like a teacher has listed a class but he didn't come up. Okay? We keep other safeguards in mind. Like for instance, for a paid public class, we do not release the payment to a teacher till the class has been conducted and the student has given the feedback. Okay? So we are working towards ensuring that yes, we are going for the quantity of content, but also at a sustainable quality. Okay? Similarly, ratings and reviews have been long considered something which helps you filter the quantity of content. These have been used in platforms like eBay, they have been used in platforms like Amazon, and at viziq, we take the rating and reviews which are delivered at the end of each public class or even a private class very seriously. We take the feedback of a teacher not turning up for a class or a test which is not properly formatted very seriously. And this affects the teacher's ranking on viziq. So we are trying to evolve a Google-like solution where only the qualitative comment gets listed ahead of other content, as well as being able to mark spam. Judgment of the crowd. So ratings and reviews is something which depends on the judgment of the crowd. So more people who are taking that class, the better would be the feedback, and you will know whether this content is better or not. For instance, other than 10 people saying this class was good and 100 people saying this class was good, you are surer that, okay, this class is good if 100 people are saying than if only 10 people are saying. Okay? Another approach is to select moderators, which we are trying to do at viziq. Moderators are again being selected from a crowdsourced model. Everybody knows at viziq we engage teachers very actively, okay, proactively, and if we find that somebody is committed to a particular cause, and so we give them the power to let us know what is it that we should be doing on viziq, if certain content should not get approved, if certain discussions are falling into the wrong trap. So all that we are taking the steps from the moderators. Okay? But I think one of the problems with community and crowdsourcing is that unless and until you have a certain mass base or a critical mass, you will not be able to get to the quality that you're looking at. So the answer to quality is quantity. For instance, I once asked one of my teachers that what is the solution to all the ills which democracy brings? Okay? And the answer was more democracy. So probably the answers to the questions which crowdsourcing model through the community brings up is by crowdsourcing probably even more, trusting your community even more, listening to your community even more, and giving them the tools to be able to do for you what you're looking to do. Okay? Thank you for your time, and I guess I'll hand it over to Kirsten now.